Spoilers ahead, fucknuts.
You're an alien. You're super powerful. You recently saved the world with your friends. What do you like to do for fun?
Vengeance.
I was thinking more like reading or yoga.
Hey, buddy. Isn't it great to finally relax?
I am an echidna warrior. I only remain on Earth because I made a vow to you and the fox. So I made myself at home.
Nope, we are not turning our living room into some kind of gladiator fighting pit. What is Ozzy doing here?
He will be challenging his greatest enemy.
Is that our mailman?
This is not a place of battle, so I will begin my quest. Come, Wade.
Well, most people think I'm a joke.
I do not make jokes. I make warriors.
Let's go get him.
Knuckles. Without his little friends, he's vulnerable. He's the key to my newest creation.
You worked for Robotnik.
Bring me Knuckles.
Sorry, this lane is reserved.
You think you can take my power? Do I look like I need your power?
What are you talking about? Of course we need his power. It's the whole reason we're here.
You're mine.
I made a promise to protect this planet. I am ready.
Oh, snap! Someone's about to get slapped.
I think today is gonna be a beautiful day. Knuckles, help me!
You gonna rescue him?
No, he must learn to rescue himself.
Wish it was still 420.
Now you're just doing it. No. Fucking vape pen, motherfucker.
I ripped the pen now.
Hold on, I've got a vape.
Shit's fire, son.
It's like I remember that in the old day, bro. I remember that years ago.
What?
Just a fucking vape bullshit that kept going on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you record right now?
Yeah.
I was just gonna talk shit about vapors. Damn it.
Do it. Do it.
No one gives a shit about your fucking vape fucking tricks. Fuck you.
Dude, I can blow O's, though.
You can owe my dick. How's that, bitch?
No, who else blows O's? Knuckles.
Knuckles.
O-rings.
O-ring Knuckles. He's blowing O's in fucking Wade's mom, that's for sure.
Or should we say Knuckles and Wade?
Yes.
Hello, Pose.
Oh, yes, welcome.
We are here to review the new Knuckles show.
Knuckle Dragger.
I thought it was Peacock, but I think it's just because there's like 10 streaming services now. It's actually Paramount Plus.
Yes.
6-episode series. Each one's about 30 minutes or less.
Thank God.
Yeah. Seriously. But basically features Knuckles from Sonic 2 and the video games, of course.
I think it featured more Wade from the movies.
Started off with him, at least.
It started with Knuckles.
And with Sonic and Tails.
And then Knuckles became a side character.
Yeah. And they completely fucked that up.
Yeah,
the whole Sonic thing and Tails. They're just like, oh, we'll have them in the beginning.
Fucked up.
They'll appear because, everyone's got to know, like, oh, we got to fucking... Knuckles was introduced in Sonic 2. You gotta be in this.
Yeah.
Gotta know it's a spin-off. We wouldn't have the main characters from the last thing. They gotta support the new thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of that, like, pilot commitment, basically, with a spin-off. Gotta have the original characters appear.
I still think they just wanted to make a fucking weird bowling series, and had to throw Knuckles in there
That
just to
was
get
bizarre.
people to watch it. It's
How this just felt like a whole bowling
series,
show, like a sports show at points.
like slash government agent bullshit for a while.
Well, I guess to give it to people, like it's this is how I would say it's like a third like Knuckles. It's like a third, maybe even a less than that. It's like a quarter Knuckles. It's like 50% Wade, and then like 25% like baked, kind of like we said, like Tenacious D or like Lonely Island sort of humor.
It felt like it sometimes, yeah.
But I guess that was the guy from like his friend, who's the bounty hunter.
Yeah.
I think he was from like a comedy skit show.
Oh my god, that fucking what's his name again? The fucking bounty hunter. Something with a J, I think.
I can't even remember. I couldn't tell you any of the characters' names in this. I'm looking on the IMDb though.
The only one I can think of is Wade. That's literally the only one.
Weirdly, it doesn't look like I see him in this cast list.
Maybe he just doesn't look like a fucking douche canoe in his profile picture.
That's really weird. But yeah, he's from Julian Barrett. Yeah, it's this guy, Julian Barrett. He's from the Mighty Boosh.
The Mighty Boosh.
You ever heard that?
More like the Mighty Douche.
It's like a skit. It's like a skit show. So it seemed I've seen a couple episodes of it. It gets just really baked and fried at points. That whole episode 4 with like the Knuckles thing.
Yeah.
It almost felt like they were leaning a little bit more into like with the musical stuff too.
Yeah.
Like they were leaning into that sort of comedy style he had with that
It
show.
straight up felt like a Tenacious D skit in
yeah,
there.
So maybe he like wrote that episode or something. I don't know, but
I wouldn't doubt it. He was like literally the main singer in it. So,
but I think personally, I was not a huge fan of this series.
No, you don't say.
I think there were some fun moments, but like, I think this would have been better as a movie, honestly. Like Knuckles, kind of like Sonic 1 and 2. Like if this was 90 minutes or 2 hours, I would have been okay with it. And we even talked about how the pacing wasn't even that bad either, but like there was definitely shit here that could have just been taken out. Like they did not need to go so in depth with.
Oh yeah,
like the whole henchman thing.
The
two henchmen.
One's
Kid
the fucking
Cudi and the others. I don't even know what that actor.
Yeah,
is.
the
I think
agent, the
she's
government
unlisted
agent
too.
people, whatever they are.
There's a bunch of these cast members, like
you got
the Hound from
the
Game of
Hound.
Thrones. He's not. They don't have his name here. Same with Kid Cudi and.
Are you fucking
look,
serious?
it's like they're trying to keep it a secret. They're like, guys, it's super secret. You can't know.
Are you fucking what the fuck? God damn.
So
we're gonna include everyone.
We'll try to
but
remember the
big
names as best as we can, but there were some very unmemorable characters in this, and just a lot of tropes.
Yeah.
We had the whole dad left me when I was young.
Dad left me, and now all I have is this echidna to be my father figure.
Even though he's younger than me.
Actually, no, he's older than him.
Is he?
Yeah.
So I guess
Knuckles...
it really is a father figure then.
I'm pretty sure Knuckles is older than Wade.
Why do they always treat them like kids then? Like they literally like are all live like they're like the
because they're
kids
short.
of
Maybe you
Maddie
got to
and
tell
Tom.
them they're in a costume or something. I don't know. People can't really process that there's a giant echidna and a hedgehog and a
Maddie
fox.
and Tom are like, oh, they're older than us, but they're gonna be our new kids basically.
Maybe that's just the way it explains why like we always question why no one's questioning why there's a giant fucking animal like bipedal animal just walking around with everyone.
Yeah, people don't care in this universe.
Yeah. Yeah, they've seen it all.
But wasn't that in the Sonic movies too? Like even in the first one, like he came and like he went into a bar in a scene and like no one gave a shit.
Basically,
they
I
like
believe.
danced with him or something. Even.
I think
It
they
was
only
just,
they only made that gag maybe earlier on, then they kind of just scrubbed it. And it was like, yeah,
I don't
you know
even-
what? That's joke's
I don't
getting
even
annoying.
remember it. Maybe with like the girlfriend character, or something like Maddie or whatever. But I don't remember it with a lot of things.
I don't either. But those Sonic movies, I will say, at least were a stupid fun time.
They're
Like,
kind of
they're stupid.
The
but
tone
I
is
had fun
similar.
watching it,
The
at
tone
least.
is similar to something like this, but this has more of a feeling of like, guys, we really need to slap something together before Sonic 3 comes out. Like, who can we get from the cast? We can't get Jim Carrey. We can't get
I know.
James we can't get James Marsden. He's filming for Cyclops for Deadpool and Wolverine right now.
Yeah. How about the guy who played as Wade? You know, the cop from the fucking first from the movies.
What actor wasn't even? I don't even remember that actor's name. Sure, yeah, he's probably like $10. We can probably get him for $10. Sure.
Yes.
You know what? Why don't we basically make it his show too? And like Knuckles is actually a side character in it. It's more about him trying to figure out the relationship with his dad and win this bowling tournament.
What could possibly go wrong? Knuckles just gets very sidelined and is mostly just used as like
he's just sitting in a hotel room or eating Jewish foods at a bar that they somehow have.
The bread, yeah, the bread. Yeah, he wasn't even at the tournament. How did they have that? Weirdly enough, what?
How do they have that there? Like, remember we were saying that?
Why they have that special bread at a fucking at a bar in Reno of all places? I don't know. Maybe there's a big Jewish community in Reno. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
They're supporting the community.
Good for them. But
how nice of them.
But other than that, like there's just like to me the best episode of this was the first episode when you just see essentially.
It had a lot of the best moments or the funniest moments.
It's just Knuckles interacting too with his actual buddies, trying to get him acquitted or like accolade to the world that they're in.
Like, and I think there were some funny skits in that one, but I did get the feeling like with that one too that I was like, man, I bet they're not going to have Sonic or Tails in this episode at all after this.
I could have told you they were not going to have them just because.
Same thing with even Maddie maybe too. I was kind of like, okay, she's probably not even going to be in this anymore too. And
I was actually I was hoping it would be. I was hoping at least more Maddie. I liked her actually more than fucking Wade. Wade gave me headaches in this whole fucking series.
Well, the only thing, like, maybe she just has the patience of a saint or something, but I feel like she would have like.
Bless
been
her
at the
soul.
point of murdering him at that point because she's literally probably gotten like lawsuits and stuff.
Oh yeah,
they're saying that all three of them are their kids basically, and they're attacking like the construction workers and mailmen. And
that's shit. My kid. What the fuck? He's got a really good imagination.
You'll be talking to my lawyer.
He thinks he's a warrior.
This is like the 5th time this has happened this month.
Yeah, exactly.
But so yeah, there were some funny moments like that in the first one. You know,
the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but after that, it becomes very clear that they spent the budget mainly on the first episode.
It felt like it was focusing on Knuckles' character, his like whole idea of him trying to fit into this world.
Yeah.
The rest of this is not that, and it's mostly
it completely.
It's all that way. The rest of the series.
That plot.
Yeah,
it abandons that completely.
It's weird that Knuckles' chief tribe guy, who's dead, is basically telling Knuckles,
"Oh, don't have a self-discovery. We're saving that for Sonic 3. You got to help Wade out.
You got to help Wade become this guy named Wade become a warrior for some reason. Why? I don't know. I'm not even totally sure why they chose.
I just don't see why didn't they use this as an opportunity to like introduce something like cool, because this was just total filler.
I like the idea of, even if they did like, because the idea of, you know, Knuckles, who's always been a traveler wandering around places and other planets, and stuff like that in this world, and him I like the idea of him essentially just traveling and trying to find his place in the world, and then maybe interacting with different people as he travels.
Yeah, but maybe by himself.
Yeah, just by himself.
Meeting new people.
He doesn't need fucking Wade.
I know.
Fuck Wade. And fuck his asshole sister too, that bitch. Anyway, we'll get to that though.
Oh, not his family. His mom that wants to fuck Knuckles, and his sister that's just a fucking
kind
total
of funny,
bitch.
Actually. I don't even blame her too either. That's the fucking funny part. The children are just such terrible people.
Yeah. I'm like, no, you feel bad for the mom because both her kids are just horrible.
They're just the worst.
The sister especially.
Oh my God.
She gets introduced, and I feel like we were both annoyed with Wade up to that point, like, because that's the first 2 episodes, right? It's the third one they come in. Doesn't it end with the cliffhanger?
Yeah, the third one, the Shabbat dinner.
Yeah,
the Shabbat dinner episode.
But which was also a weird thing. Remember, they ended the second episode with the cliffhanger, and his mom faints,
and then
when he opens the door. But then in the third one, when it starts, it's completely different.
Yeah, and then she faints like only after seeing
Knuckles. She faints
Knuckles.
like 2 minutes later after he opens the door. It's like, what?
Yeah, after I have a whole conversation.
Guys, why'd you even include
meet my
that?
friend Knuckles, and then she faints. Yeah.
Why didn't you just end it and like he like gets out of the car and he's at his mom's house and he's like, mom's place, or like
maybe
something
they
like
probably
that.
realized how stupid it would be for a mother to faint once just seeing your son.
Or he goes up to the door and like hits the doorbell and then it ends. Just like, I don't know, like it would have still been maybe dumb people. Some people would say, but I thought it was weird. It seemed like almost like a plot hole at first. Then we realized it kind of wasn't, but still is.
It's
I
just
don't
dumb.
know.
It was just a dumb writing.
Dumb. Dumb writing that's not consistent.
Would you say it's as dumb as Wade having his weird spy fantasy of being a hero?
Oh, when he thinks that if you get some $2 sunglasses at this convenience store, that basically means like you're driving a fucking car and like a red convertible, and you got a suit on too.
This whole series is obnoxious because you're just following a man-child essentially. This man is beyond.
And we
he's
talked
a 40-year-old
about Harold
man-child.
and Kumar. Like there are some. That's the thing I find at least, and maybe it's just a difference. Man-child thing can be funny. Step Brothers, Tenacious D, Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Man-children, but it's hilarious. I think it works really well in an R-rated territory.
Yeah,
and
but
I
this
saw
is,
moments of that even in this.
But this
where
is
I'm
the
like,
dumb man. This is beyond
exactly.
dumb
It's like
man-child.
the G or PG version where all they can do is just make it almost too real at points, like where like it almost I was almost cringing or like just embarrassed at points with the like sibling fights and stuff and just how long they lingered on it at points.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like when you witness an actual like siblings fighting or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's just
and
really awkward.
You're just I literally felt like Knuckles just staring, like wondering what the fuck.
So
is
I guess they
going
kind of
on?
captured that, but almost too well. And I think that was supposed to be comedic. You know, instead you're kind of like, oh
I'm
my
cringing
God,
the whole time.
like,
You're
yeah.
not laughing. I'm cringing. I
don't know if
this.
that was the intent.
I've grown to hate this family.
If it was, I'll bite my words back, but I think that was supposed to be funny. And
then him just running up to his fucking room that still like looks like when he was a kid type of thing, or his room that was there. I get it probably still looks like kid because he probably just stormed off one day.
He's still got a poster of Daddy up on the wall.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with his dad, even though he abandoned him.
This whole movie was daddy issues.
At a TJ Maxx.
A daddy
Which
abandonment issues is the whole movie.
They keep mentioning it's
the whole series. Sorry,
I kept thinking it was like product placement because like the Doritos thing. I was like, do they keep saying TJ Maxx because they like paid them for that? Why did TJ Maxx pay to be associated with? Oh, my dad left me at a TJ Maxx.
The bowling commentators, like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? They have great sales at TJ Maxx. You know what? If I was gonna be, I wish my dad abandoned me at TJ
first,
Maxx.
I didn't think much of it, and then they kept doing stuff like that, and I was like, did they pay for this? Like, this was the way they were gonna be used in it? That's really weird.
I was kind of hoping for more a Knuckles Dorito placement because I am a fan of Doritos as well.
But that should have been the post credits. It should have been him visiting the Doritos Cool Ranch Island or whatever, or mountain or whatever the fuck he talked about at the beginning. That would have been sick.
Goes to a factory that just fucking packages Doritos, and he's just eating.
What does this Mountain Dew? It goes really good with the Doritos.
Oh my god. You know, that would happen if you were directing this series. I know.
We're gonna have Mountain Dew in there too. Frito-Lay and Mountain Dew got a partnership. We're putting that in there too.
Sponsor us, Dew. Mountain Dew, sponsor us.
Sir, it doesn't even make any sense. We'll do Code Red or something. I don't know. It's red like Knuckles. Who gives a shit?
Knuckles Red. It just becomes a mascot.
Instead of Code Red, it's Mountain Dew Knuckles Red.
Oh Lord.
Hey, that's some good product placement right there.
Yeah.
You should be working for this.
So, anyway, you meet the shit. He has an adventure to make Wade a warrior. They beat. Oh yeah, we almost
his ghost shaman dude, voiced by Doc, otherwise known as Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future and many other things.
Yeah.
Voices his shaman dude that tells him you gotta help Wade.
Yeah, the head
You're
chief
trying to self-discover, but actually
the chief of Kidna, who's a ghost. And then these agents are after him because they want his cool quills.
Which one of them's Kid
power,
weirdly enough.
Mm.
He's the guy that does. You said you don't remember that, or he's the guy that did "Pursuit of Happiness" or what? That "Pursuit of Happiness" song.
I've never heard that.
Okay,
I don't think I listened to
It was one of those that got a lot of radio play. So if you heard it, you might kind of recognize it. It had like one of those memorable choruses at least. But yeah, and he has some other good songs too.
Anyway,
but I'm like, why is he in this? It's like one of those things where
maybe he's just a big Sonic fan and he likes Knuckles.
Maybe
that's the only reason. That's the only reason I can think of.
Guys, come on, please.
There's the girl who I guess is his boss or something. His partner, who to me looks like a Wallace and Gromit character, or felt like a Wallace and Gromit character.
I would say the name of the actress, but I can't tell which one it is.
Look for the one that
it's either Edie Patterson, but I think that's the sister actually.
Yeah.
Or Ellie Taylor.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
But Yeah, those characters were just very generic to me.
She literally looked like a live adaptation of Wallace and Gromit. She had the teeth going for it too. Where the teeth are always are like whenever they talk, you can see the haircut. Like you said, she even sounded like one the way she talked with a slight British accent too. For some reason,
yeah, it looks like an Aardman like creation where it almost looked kind of like a mix of that mixed with like that bitchy wife in Chicken Run, the villain in the first one.
Mr. Tweety, Mrs. Tweety, yes, of course.
Check out our Chicken Run review.
But yeah. Anyway, they're after him because they're got to sell they're trying to get the quills and sell those quills to the Hound. The Hound.
Oh yeah. Hound's in this.
Greg,
he said, I'm only filming for 3 days though, guys.
3 episodes.
He got me for a weekend.
He's barely in it, man. Even the one when he's in it. But apparently he uses the quills for power to power his machines.
No sense.
But
I guess didn't they do that in one or two with Sonic's?
I'm not questioning it, to be honest. I'm rolling with it. I don't care about that part because it's barely in there.
It's just
don't
such
talk
a
about
PG, like it's for kids. It's like the studio going, it's for kids. Don't even think about it. Like,
I mean, Knuckles has power. I'm not gonna lie, but anyway. So get from there. They're on the run after he rescues Knuckles from the agents after they capture him in a dumb way after a bowling ball alley fight. So save him. Then on the run, they decide to go to his parents. The whole fucking the worst family I've seen on TV. Stuff happens. And then the guys come in trying to fight him. They fight off, and then Wade gets kidnapped by his former best friend, who's a bounty hunter, to bring him in.
There's another thing where it's like, why are these two even friends? But then I guess you learn the bounty hunters are kind of a pussy, so it's like, oh, I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, he is. Don't look at me. When she cuts his ponytail. Don't look at me.
But yeah, I just think the characters here could have been written a lot better.
Oh, we gotta also mention his training arc. Apparently, when he went in meditation in the cage, or after he got knocked out, technically in the cage, and he goes in he's finding his inner power.
Wade.
Remember with
Knuckles'
the
whole episode 4,
Chief's ghost. The chief of the Knuckles clan,
which halfway through it, he's like a dipshit. He's like, I gotta use my fist. No, Wade.
Yeah, so they're putting him in an arc. He's like explaining the story of Knuckles, the backstory of Knuckles while Wade is playing as Knuckles in a weird furry outfit, a Knuckles furry outfit in this whole time. They also, for some reason, it's like you see this other guy supposed to be Knuckles' dad who dies in the like when he's up close to, they just switch to a Muppet for a single scene basically, and then anyway, that was weird to me. A Knuckles Muppet was not something I was expecting to see for a quick second, and then it switches back to a
bizarre.
guy in an
why
outfit.
Did they do that?
I don't know.
I think maybe that was like a Mighty Boosh reference, like I said, because that was that episode that I think
maybe
seemed like it could have even been written by that guy, or if it not written, inspired by that show or his comedy kind of.
Yeah, they're just going over the story. The backstory of Knuckles his tribe getting genocide by giant owl people. And then his quest, which makes it, and they do a little montage that reminds you of the video games, which is interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Very
low budget,
weird.
And just kind of
it's very weird.
Like a middle school play or like a high school play. I feel like level quality.
For some reason, it's like you're getting high and you're just watching some weird ass guy in a furry costume
what made
act like it's a video game.
It was written by like someone different, because that episode felt different from the others.
Yeah, it felt very different. It was
so I think that one people are either gonna think is like the best or the worst of this season,
I was having fun pointing out like little Easter eggs. Yeah. And it's like, it's just like the game, that part of the game,
but it was
blah,
baked,
blah. But it's
ultimately.
like, because you're seeing Wade in a costume. They're not using Knuckles.
That was the other weird thing about it. It's like,
costume.
Even when it's trying to be the Wade self-discovery thing, like that was a thing where it was like a self-discovery moment, but it was like showing Knuckles' backstory.
Yeah.
Like, did that make any sense to you?
Maybe Wade was
trying to say how they're like similar or something, but
maybe that's what they're trying to say. I don't know.
But then there was no follow through with that.
It's just, and then Wade after apparently and then of course halfway through or partway through, he's like, I just gotta use my fists, like you said, and then he hits the cage that's also electric. He gets fucked and knocked out again, and then and then the others are like,
dumbass.
Did you learn your lesson, dipshit? All right, okay, let's continue with the
finish
fucking play.
this whole baked part.
This is all a rock opera too. Like, see, like I said, it feels like a Tenacious D.
Yeah.
It felt. I got serious Bigfoot vibes. The Bigfoot is my daddy fucking vibes from this.
Oh yeah. When he starts tripping Jack Black.
Yeah, and this is what it felt like the whole time to me. And then beats the boss and stuff, blah blah blah. And then he finds his inner power, which he then jumps through the fucking roof like Superman pose too, and everything like after. And everyone's like, how the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
And so anyway, like he does that, and then him and the bounty hunter have a duel. In him riding a bike while this bounty hunter's riding a motorcycle, and then he cuts his ponytail, the bounty hunter's ponytail off, and
he lost all his courage.
Yeah, he's all bitching out. He's like, I want your clothes. Just takes his jacket, his vest, his shirt, his hat, and the guy just runs off shouting, "Don't look at me! Don't look at me!" Into the wind. Everyone's like just sick of him. They're like, yeah. I hate that guy more.
I just feel like this wasn't like terrible, but it just wasn't. It could have been so much better too.
Oh,
it should have been shorter. Even though, like we said, the pacing wasn't even necessarily a problem. Like
I would say
one of the good things about it is that we got through it so quick and that it didn't feel like it was too long.
Like
but
6 episodes of this, if it was a better story, would be fun. I would like it, but no, this is very mediocre.
Yeah, it just settles at that like 5 to 6 range. I think is going to be for a lot of people.
But we're not done. There's still more. Hold up, because apparently this is all about Wade.
Talk about.
This is about Wade having to join the bowling competition so he can win it.
Yeah,
and then prove to everyone that he's a warrior.
And they introduce his dad, who's basically British, and ends up just doing the totally typical thing where he's just a mega dickhead villain.
Well, like he plays it cool. He seems like a nice guy.
You started predicting things that they were going to do with that.
Oh my god, we
too.
predicted. We were literally predicting everything like word by word at times.
Things you've seen in other projects. It's been done 100 times, and done to death, but it's also been done better in other areas too.
I think we gave it too much credit when we were trying to think that maybe this guy isn't the real daddy part, and it's actually the real daddy.
Like they were actually
the real daddy's the hound.
The plot is so simple and stupid.
We were trying to overthink it.
Yeah, exactly. Like we actually were expecting.
There's no way it's just gonna be this generic, and then turned out to be this generic.
Yep. So Pose, I had a prediction that the actor that is Seger Clegane in Game of Thrones, whose name's Rory McCann. I had a prediction that he's the villain in this, and he was going to end up actually being Wade's father.
The real papa, and that the mother was just lying in who his real
because the mom
was.
mentioned, like, he was a piece of shit and everything. So I was like, maybe the mom just lied to Wade and told him that this person's actually his dad, this famous person.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get, like you just said, we gave
too much credit. Too much credit. It turned out, and then the dad's like, "Oh, come to my penthouse." And Wade goes in. And he's after his mom's like, "Your dad's kind of a dickhead. When you think you love him, he just ditches you." And it's like, "Mom, but this is my choice. I'm going to be the."
And as soon as we saw that scene, like it was just like,
he's gonna betray you.
Yep, he's gonna be the villain.
Yep, he's gonna betray you. He's gonna backstab you.
Because the scenes with the dad up to that point, at least to me, I don't know, maybe I'm just wrong, but I did still think it in the back of my head, like the dad's probably gonna end up being a villain. Anyway.
Yeah, the moment the mom I saw the mom like looking despairingly. Yeah. I'm like, they're gonna play the role.
But I thought that with the dad from the minute he entered, but the interactions he had with him actually seemed like kind of genuine. So, but as soon as they did the mom talking to him, I knew it was like 100% guarantee at that point that they were gonna go that way with the plot.
100%.
So very predictable and.
He backstabs him, gives the agent, the mom and the daughter.
And if you're a fan of Knuckles, he's in this. He at least makes an appearance in every episode, but there are some episodes, like I think he's
sidelined
4, 5,
a lot
and 6,
of them.
Basically, the last third, right? He gets the last half. I mean, he gets like totally sidelined.
Dude, from episode 4 to the 6.
Yeah, 4, 5, and 6, the last half.
Yeah, he's sidelined. He's like he'll make an appearance at times, but he's never in
the finale to do the big action scene.
Yeah.
But even he gets knocked out halfway through that.
Yeah, I was about to say, what do you mean action scene? He got we'll get to that though. But anyway, backstabbed. Father decides to backstab him for what? Just so to betray, just to say I want to win
for like 30.
He wants to win a
years.
tournament.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fuck you, son."
The dad's
And,
just that much of an asshole that like
they
he just had to be that much of a villainous asshole that like even though it's his son and he would probably still get like good word of mouth and mention like, oh, like Pistol Pete's son like won the bowling, like you'd almost still get mentioned in a way and like credited. He just can't have that, and he's like, no, I've won for 38 years. I must win another. Like, it's just I don't know.
One of those douchebags that you see every so
where
often.
it's just it's so bizarre that's even written in that way, but.
Well, he's British. Remember, British people in American
evil.
movies are always the villain.
It was just lazy to me. I think both villain arcs. That arc, I guess, was Wade's villain, and then the Cedric Gain was
Knuckles' villain, quotation marks.
Did not like either one of them or the henchman characters. I just thought they were very weak.
And they're trying to make so they're also trying to make Wade backstab and sell out Knuckles to get fucked over, but they have a plan where Knuckles has been listening through an earpiece that was established in
He's listening through his AirPods Pro the whole time.
Yeah, and then they planned a trap, and Knuckles beats up the two agents that were they basically fucked themselves over with the portals.
Yup.
And now they're somewhere mysterious where we have no idea, probably just living in a weird portal loop.
Like Jim Carrey, they're just going insane.
Probably would. And then after that, it's
trapped on some planet.
It's Wade has to win the bowling tournament after that.
Yep.
And that's basically
becomes
most
dodgeball, basically.
Most of this episode.
Stupid ass sports commentary too. Where honestly, I think actually the part that pissed me off the most of this.
What, just the bowling like
those whole the sportscasters.
Oh, those guys were fucking obnoxious listening to
them.
the last two episodes they were in there. Just it's like
shut up.
It's like they're trying to go to dodgeball like commentators, but do their own stupid thing, and it just came out even worse. It just came out really obnoxious.
It's like those people that think they're funny and then they like literally laugh at their own jokes, but they're just not funny at all.
Yep.
And then them doing that just almost pisses you off even more.
Especially that one on the right.
They're funny too.
The bald one, I really wanted to punch even more than the most, just because I hated both. He had such a punchable face.
I think both of them did.
They were both obnoxious. I wanted to punch both of them, but the one on the right specifically has a very punchable face. I want to punch. Like, I have a weird hatred of that man for no reason. No reason. He annoyed me.
I think those were played by Rob Hubel. That was the one on the left, and then Paul Scheer was the one on the right.
Fuck you, Scheer. I know it's not your fault, but I hated your character.
I want to punch you.
I really wanted to punch you in this. Anyway, so bowling tournament. Wade wins, beats his asshole dad. Then Knuckles, who wasn't in the crowd, he was off probably getting cronked and eating bread for some reason
at the bar.
Yeah.
Outside of the place, I guess.
I don't know why he wasn't just watching in person.
Yeah. He's like, I'm too cool for that.
Fuck this place.
I don't give a shit that much.
And then he just gets attacked by Sir Sandor Clegane. Just fucking...
That's what we're calling him. We don't remember what his character...
He gets attacked by the Hound.
It doesn't say what his character's name is.
He just gets attacked by the Hound, who's apparently a Dr. Eggman knockoff.
Yo, he worked for him, right? Did he say some shit like that?
I might admit, I wouldn't doubt it.
It was so in passing, though. I just feel like you can tell they're trying to pull things from like MCU or other things at points, and it's almost like when that person worked for Iron Man or something. He worked for Dr. Eggman.
Yeah, he was working for Gunn, or like that's the government organization, and I guess they just ditched him or some shit. I kind of half was listening during that part just because it
was something like that. Either way, he was pissed at Eggman.
I stopped caring for a while because
he was pissed at Eggman.
In what I predicted, or like during this whole fight, at some point during the fight and stuff, or it was technically after the fight, but after the fight. Okay, we'll talk about the fight first. He drains Knuckles' power. No, hold on, we'll get to that. The Hound drains Knuckles' power and tosses him to the side, and then Wade using the power gauntlet fucking thing.
You know what that fight reminded me of?
It just starts chucking bowling balls at him.
It was almost like the fight that we didn't get in fucking Amazing Spider-Man 2 or whatever when he's like about to fight Rhino.
Yeah,
That's what like that kind of. I was like, huh. It's like we're kind of finally getting that. I guess it's kind of ass and.
I'm glad we didn't see it.
Kind of underwhelming. I guess that wouldn't have worked either way. Like,
yeah, it was just fucking Wade just throwing fucking
exactly.
Fucking
and then even when
bowling
Knuckles
balls
was
at him, it's not even hurting him really.
Even when Knuckles was fighting the thing, it wasn't very exciting.
Yeah, and Knuckles is knocked out, and Wade's just doing hero monologuing, or his typical speech of "You're the one who gave me power, Knuckles."
Yeah,
and then blah blah, and
I love you, Dad.
He ran out bowling balls.
You're my new dad, Knuckles.
Yeah. Yes. And then Knuckles decides to save him right after he runs out of fucking bowling balls, and the Hound is about to fucking rip him a new one. And then Knuckles comes in, magically gets powers, and drains the Hound's machine of powers. Uno reverse carded it. And then ends up just throwing the giant ball.
It's like, why didn't you do that in the first place?
And then throws the giant ball that's on top of the tower, the bowling tournament place, onto the Hound and kills him.
Yup. With the help of Wade, because he threw a bowling ball at that thing to get it unlodged, remember?
I don't even... I guess. Sure.
He helped.
He sure tried.
He's a hero, Simon.
He sure tried there, bucko. And then, of course, the prediction I made, word by word.
Oh, yeah.
Of the dad. I'm like, I made the prediction before all this. I like just that his dad, once you figure he's as an asshole and they're doing the tournament, I'm like, his dad's going to betray him, or he's not betray him. His dad's going to take the trophy. He's going to try and take this trophy even though he didn't win it.
Yup.
And he's just going to try and sneak away, but his mom, that fucking mom's just going to be there to stop him.
You straight up called that. You're like, she's going to beat him up
and say, that's my son's trophy, and then punch him in the face. And then it all happened word by word that, that's my son's trophy. Socks him in the face, and then Wade gets it. I'm like,
we were like, oh my God.
I did not think they would actually use that exact sentence.
It's just very predictable.
Very predictable.
It's like there's just a generic script out there that a lot of movies recently have just like tossed around, and they kind of just change it slightly at points.
I have my conspiracy theory that all these movies and series these days are just being written by AI.
I could see that with this. That part right there felt like it was like how it would take from something else,
Yes, it's just so generic. I'm like, I can't imagine why anyone would use that unless you're using AI to write this shit for you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's about Wade's fucking, I don't know, I guess he bowls or something.
That writer's strike really did a number on Hollywood, apparently. They had to use machines now to write the story.
maybe that was the case with this. So, overall with, like, Sonic 1, 2, and this, like, do you agree with me that this is the weakest out of any of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. This is the weakest out of even Sonic 1 and 2.
Do you recommend it to anyone? Or
No.
Do you think, yeah.
No. No. If anything, just watch the first episode and that's it. If you really want to
watch the first and the last, maybe. I don't know. If you want to like be in the loop but don't want to see any, you know what I'm saying? I doubt. Like I said, this is all filler anyway. There's really nothing.
You get to see Knuckles with his hat. He got the hat from the bounty hunter that Wade gave him. And then it ends with them driving into the sunset on a motorcycle,
listening to jams.
Yeah.
That's just the thing taken from so many other movies.
The Wade and Knuckles mix.
Oh, this is my mixtape I made. Like,
like
Guardians or other thing, or so many other movies that even before Guardians of the Galaxy that did it, but fucking, it's just you've seen things that done it better. It's like if you're gonna do it better. Yeah. But like it was just done like how it's done in so many other things.
They took a lot of shit, I think, actually from Guardians. It's like they're trying to make Wade into a lot of things. We talked about a lot really of things shitty.
Doing that recently.
They made him a really shitty Star-Lord and tried to make him fucking that.
Remember I was telling you I thought that just ever so slightly with Godzilla Kong.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's so many things recently. Like I just get like it's like they're trying to put a little bit of Guardians in there.
Guys, stop. Like, just stop trying to copy
James Gunn.
Fucking James Gunn stuff. That's his taste. Doesn't mean you have to fucking use it too.
They try to almost sneak it in too at some points. Because like I said, I don't think Godzilla Kong did that a lot, but I felt it like at just a touch of points. And it's like, don't even put this in here. God damn it! Like it's just worse.
Stop it. Get some help.
But they're on like a spaceship and they come in playing like cool music or whatever, like old music. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, always take James Gunn's fucking ideas, guys, at Hollywood. What the fuck?
And they had a lot of needle drops in this.
What?
Like a song.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they kept trying to play a lot of popular
80s songs, mainly.
Popular-ish music, yeah. I need a hero. Now that ruins that song for me. This whole scene of having to watch Wade go through stupid imagination, think he's gonna be a superhero.
Saturday Night's All Right for Fight. Elton John. It's just like some really good ones in there. Rocky Like a Hurricane, Scorpions.
Rocky like a hurricane.
Come on, guys, don't do these songs dirty. Does not deserve to be in this.
Stop.
And you probably get a needle drop every episode, right?
Yeah.
At least, or 2
roughly.
maybe even.
I would say I would say at least 4 out of the 6 probably have a needle drop.
Yeah.
At some point in that.
But some have multiple.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Basically
There's multiple
out
times
to like every episode. If not. They're actually in every episode.
I think the only one I can't think they had a needle drop was the first episode. Maybe.
I think that was when he introduced the jams or whatever.
Was that? That might have been.
So much happened in that first episode. Remember in the first episode, he was already at the point where he was like doing the thing they would usually do at the end of these, where Wade was like telling Knuckles his backstory and everything about his dad. It's like, you guys are like just became friends. Like,
Knuckles really likes his grapes. He also really loves Doritos, but only in the first episode he loves Doritos.
Yup.
I thought that was going to be his new thing, like fucking Sonic and his chili dogs.
Yeah.
Chili dogs.
They made that deal with Frito-Lay. They had Lay's in there later, too.
Yeah, yep.
Lay's chips in that when they went to the burger joint.
Dude, he got a fucking meal.
He got a big-ass meal for both of them. I was like, Jesus.
I'm like, what was it? Like, I saw it was either 4 sodas or a soda and a slushie, plus like burgers.
They got a Harold and Kumar meal.
Like some of the the nuggets, chips for each one. I'm like, oh my word! Like, I thought I was fat.
Yeah.
Fuck. I like a big meal myself, but god damn.
Yeah, I know. There was a lot. It was like chicken tenders, burgers, chips
each one,
soda, like a large soda,
a
fries,
slushie for each.
I don't know. It was a lot.
The meal was bigger than Knuckles.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just the packaging, but still, what? You don't need that much, bro.
But overall,
Hey.
I think we just thought this was like mediocre. Like, we laughed with it at points. I wonder at some points, like, if we were actually having more fun with it than it even was.
We were just making fun of the whole fucking series.
But so I don't know. Maybe there's some fun to be had with it, and it does seem very PG, kind of like these Sonic movies have been so far. But I think the other two, the Sonic 1 and 2, the movies did a much better job of like using just a PG rating and not having the humor be too cringy and stuff like that.
I'm like, the other ones felt like an actual Sonic type of thing.
Yeah.
This one didn't even feel like a Sonic franchise thing.
The tone of it.
It just felt like a fucking. Like I said, it felt like a guy who wanted to do bowling and then just
because
tags
they
along with
combined
Knuckles.
a whole
Knuckles tags
bowling
along
story with Wade, which could have. Well, we just felt like they wanted that to be its own show, or its
They
own
want to do
thing,
dodgeballs with
basically,
fucking
mixed
bowling,
with
though.
a Sonic character, which I guess they just picked
Dude,
Knuckles.
they wanted to make a dodgeball bowling series, and they just had to throw Knuckles' name on there to make it so people would watch it.
Exactly.
That's literally what it felt like.
Well, it's probably because Paramount Plus doesn't have shit either. They were just probably like, screw it. We'll do a Knuckles show. We don't have anything on here.
What is on Paramount? Is the
They
Ted...
have some of the South Park. They don't have all of the South Park. They only do the new specials.
The new Ted was on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
What about Yellowstone? Is Yellowstone on Peacock or is that in Paramount Plus?
I'm not sure. I don't watch that. I think it's on Paramount Plus though.
Because I remember they like mix it up and it's like new episodes are on one streaming service,
Yeah,
but
but
then
sometimes, like,
the older
South
ones are
Park-
on the fucking other
Like
one.
all of South Park's on HBO Max, but then the new specials that have come out, like the longer ones, the 38 to 50-minute ones, those have been on Paramount Plus only.
Weird.
So sometimes they do things like that. Or even that 90s show that's on Netflix, that 70s show's on Peacock.
Yeah.
So it's weird a lot of the time.
Thanks, streaming services. Very
Thanks
cool.
for complicating everything with streaming, but if you want to
I
watch
swear they
it,
do it on purpose just so we can have to buy a little bit of every single one. They're in cahoots. They're in cahoots, guys.
If you're a huge Knuckles fan, I think you're gonna be a little disappointed though. He's not. He's a secondary character in
He's
this.
only a main character in the first episode, and
Yeah.
then after that, he's a side character.
And
literally just-
if you're that big of a fan, I guess watch it, but because it's probably about 2 hours 40 to 2 hours 50 minutes if you were to watch all 6 of the episodes in a row like we did.
Dude, this was a bigger Sonic disappointment than Sonic 06. to me.
Really? Damn, those are some fighting words. People don't throw those words around lightly.
Every Sonic fan, God damn. Woo! The only thing it has going for it is just not as long. It's just Sonic 06.
But it's there's just not a lot here. It's very generic. He's a secondary character in it. And if you don't have Paramount Plus, there's no reason you need to see this. You're not missing out. There's nothing in here that's going to get referenced in besides maybe
the reference
Wade growing a pair. I don't think there's anything in here.
His finding his inner power, inner power montage where it's just like a Knuckles references and stuff like that.
But that could have been, he could have gained courage, and that could have been something that happened off screen between the second and third anyway, and that no one would have cared or noticed. Really,
honestly, I'm surprised they didn't just say he built his courage when he actually rescued Knuckles the first time, because I'm like, where he just launches a fucking fire fist coming at him.
Fuck it, I might blow up the whole building. We'll see.
Yeah, I know. He did not expect any of that to happen.
He's just such a dumbass in this.
He really is.
And yeah, so if you like, I don't know, some people might like it though. But I personally, like I said, we talked about, I think it's done better.
According to IMDb ratings,
within a certain context, I think it's done better, like under an R-rated thing or something. And it's not this actor's fault, I don't think. I just think the writing is very weak for that man-child sort of stuff, where it's just a lot of generic stuff we've seen in other things before.
You could keep it PG, but you have to make it about Knuckles at least, because Knuckles is literally the only thing that made it funny enough.
But if you have Paramount Plus and you're a huge fan of Sonic, you're probably going to watch it anyway, and it does go by quick enough, but otherwise I would try to stay away from this one. It's kind of a waste of time.
Just play a Sonic game, guys, please.
Play Sonic and Knuckles, or play a Sonic game.
Playing the old Sonic on the old. Play Green Hill Zone. Wait
for Sonic 3 and hope that's better, because it's coming out in December unless they delay it. But Keanu Reeves just got cast for that.
Really?
Yeah, he's gonna be Shadow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that news. I remember that was posted. I remember we were talking about that before in the group chat.
I'm kind of pumped, but we'll see.
Edgy Boys Shadows coming voiced by Keanu Reeves.
I'm not. I like Sonic, but I'm not hugely into the game, so I don't know a lot about the lore and all that stuff. I remember we used to watch that old Sonic cartoon.
The old day one, yeah.
What was that? That programming
was it
block
4
called?
Kids?
4 Kids, yeah, I think it was that. Yep.
That was...
And the Kirby show and all those ones back then.
Dude, that was the bomb.
That was like one of the
fucking Kirby anime.
That's when I was in the Sonic probably the most, or the most I got into the lore, like story and stuff of Sonic. Otherwise, I played Sonic Adventure 2, or it's the
Sonic Adventure
for GameCube.
1 and 2. We played 1 and 2, I believe, when we were young too.
Those are classics.
The original Sonic game was good. The original Sonics were good.
I haven't played the older ones as much.
I used to. I remember it was my mom's friend's daughter that she used to we used to play it back.
So it's like
she
I
used
am
to
a
let me play
fan,
her
but I
old
guess
ass
it's like
games.
to a very specific era. It's like literally that GameCube era when that show was going on for Sonic, the animated one, and they had like Sonic Adventure 2 out and stuff like that. That was like when I was into Sonic. So I don't know a lot about it because I was still very young at that point, but yeah, this is kind of a disappointment, guys.
But we've played the old. Remember, we used to play Shadow the Hedgehog, the original Shadow, where Shadow had a gun and started killing people.
Just that front cover the front cover looks so badass. Dude, that's once again GameCube, like PS2 era, you know.
What, you don't remember Sonic? Also, that werewolf game he had for a while.
That
was
Wii?
so shit.
Was that the one on Wii?
I think so, or something like.
I played some of those actually too.
It was one of those.
That was like
older...
right when I stopped.
No, it might have been on Xbox.
That's right around the time I stopped playing like Sonic games.
I think that was like
very few limited ones I played.
I remember 06. That was totally a blast.
I played that. I bought that just for the hell of it, just because I wanted to see what it was like. I was like, wow, this is terrible. But yeah, I think.
What you didn't like seeing Sonic make out with a human girl?
I don't know if I got to that part.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, he also fights the literal devil. I mean the Islamic devil, I guess, because it has like its name is Iblis or whatever.
Maybe that'll happen in Sonic 3.
It's weird.
Maybe they'll adapt that story.
It's weird. Please don't.
Let's hope that's better. Let's hope it has a little less of Wade too.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Keanu Shadows will make me. I'm probably gonna laugh every time he talks.
Yeah.
Is he gonna do the John Wick voice? Do you
I
think?
hope.
Especially with like Shadow's love for guns, it's just gonna be like it's just gonna be a fucking. It's gonna be a hedgehog version of John Wick. Just John Wick with it as a hedgehog.
We can only hope, my friends.
Yeah, I think I'm back.
But thank you for watching this one, Pose.
I hope you enjoyed.
Hope you enjoy it more
Fucking
than
Knuckles.
we did. If you decide to watch it.
According to the reviews, apparently people have a different opinion than
Yeah.
us.
So yeah, people might feel differently, but and that's okay. But
Like usual, they're wrong. Everything
yeah,
we say is right.
That's okay, but that's okay, but they're wrong.
Yes. You're free to. You have an opinion. It's not my fault. Your opinion's wrong, though.
We kid, or do.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
But
You're cringe and you know it.
As always, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, all the
good shit.
usual social medias. We're on everything, as well as follow Grill TV and Omnicast. They're on about everything like us too. So, but we have other content we put out with those people as well.
Our fellow Pose.
Yes. But thank you, Pose. We'll catch you on the next one.
Later.